It's Vinyl
G'day.
Richie.
Jump the gun. All right. Well, I don't even have to introduce you, but I might introduce myself. G'day. It's Ben from Melbourne here. And as you probably already heard, we got Vinyl Richie on today. It's a guy who's been to more gigs than you've had hot dinners, operates in a universe where he's equally at home appearing on Mazzy's channel talking about dinosaur rock or punk rock with Ryan Kidd. He retired his channel. He came back like all good legacy bands do. The heavyweight champion of the VC, Lionel's brother from another mother, Vinyl Richie. Welcome.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to be here. Just say that. I'm more than happy.
Well, good to hear that. Good to hear.
Yeah.
So, what this is, for people out there who don't know, is called Interviewing the Vinyl Community. And it's part interview, part quiz with points that are meaningless, except for the participants, so that they can get stuck into each other in the comments and lord it over them. You know, who knows more shit.
You know, I've been thinking, should I really try and nail this and get everyone right, or just totally screw it up and get a big fat zero? You know.
I'll leave that up to you, man.
Okay.
But you are chasing the two Canadians who've posted so far. Have got 11 out of 13.
Oh, 11.
And I award the points, so it's you know, it's not, there's no strict wrong or right. If you impress me, you'll get a point.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Ready for question 1?
Yeah, I believe so. If it's the same question that you asked the other guys.
Okay. Justify your YouTube vinyl community existence. Why should we watch your channel and show a record that supports this?
Well, the reason you should watch my channel is because I am the best channel in the VC, hands down. There's no question about it. I mean, there's other guys that they might know more than me, but I don't read off a script. I just lay it out there how it is, and I'm the damn best channel out there, so that's why you should watch me. Now, the records or the reasons it's kind of like a 4-parter here. And the first reason is because I have the original Goo Goo Muck single from Ronnie Cook. He's the guy that wrote this song, and he's from Bakersfield. And that's where I live. So that's the main reason. Now, 45 isn't a good enough reason. The next reason is because I was featured in this comic book, Tales from the Dead Wax. And that's me, supposed to be me right there. Where am I? There. That's supposed to be there. The thing is,
I was going to say the other side, the resemblance was startling.
Yeah. Actually, this here, I didn't wear glasses when the story that's in here took place. I didn't wear glasses till I was in my 50s. But anyways, nobody here knows that. The next reason, I think, would be because I own a couple of comps by the Master's Apprentice.
You're playing favorites now. Nice.
But if showing 2 lame ass comps doesn't make me the coolest, it's because I have a signed Ramones debut album. So that's why I am the #1 best all time in the VC.
They are all very excellent reasons, and refreshing from the Canadians' modesty of their answer was, I'm not sure why anybody would watch me. So
yeah, I saw that.
Definite 1 point for that one.
Okay.
All right. Next question, number 2. Show a record that I like.
Well, I played this before we did this, and I didn't get a chance because I thought we were going to do this tomorrow. All that time change shit, it kind of messes up with these older gents. But I'm showing this one here.
I can't see it. Boris.
Yeah, he was a member of the Scientists.
Oh, Boris Sajovic. Sorry. Yes.
Desperate Girl. Yeah. Really good album. But I wanted to refresh myself on it. But anyways, I think that's a record you might like.
Yeah, I love Boris Sajovic. You know, he's back playing in the B Suburban, which was where he, after the Scientists, moved across to Sydney. Him and James Baker from the Scientists ended up playing B Suburban on the first 3 records, and then after that they were replaced by Tony Polar and Brian Hooper. And sadly, both of them died a few years back.
So he got his job back, huh?
So the original rhythm section's back, yeah. So yeah, and I saw them last year. They were really, really good too. All right, let's move it along to question 3.
Well, did I get a point?
Of course you got a point. It was Boris Sajovic, man.
Okay.
Jeez. You're going to be on to me, I can see.
Yeah.
All right. What is
us Americans are all about the points.
Yeah, well, you're going to be disappointed that it's like those English quiz shows where it's actually meaningless, the points.
I can deal with that.
What is the most unusual item that has been included with a record you own? It can either be like a legit part of the packaging or something the previous owner left in there.
Well, I got one for each. I got this 7-inch 45 by the Put-Ons. And let's see, what are the songs? Well, anyways, it came with a Kleenex. And we'll see, what song is that for?
I was going to say, how does that tie in?
The side B is called Kleenex. And side A is Jack Kevorkian gift certificate. You know, he was like the Doctor of Death.
Yeah.
And you got a certificate. So those I thought were pretty unusual, pretty unique. But then,
and for a 7-inch too, to put that much stuff in.
But then I also, this one here, for some reason, I got some pubic hairs were in this one when I got it. So I don't know what's up with that.
Who knows why? Yeah.
Yeah. But that was pretty unusual.
You just don't want to think about what other people do with their records before you get. Excellent.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
The only thing with the 7-inch, I was disappointed that it was just so literal that they had a song called Kleenex.
Yeah,
I thought that might have went left field.
It's pretty literal. Yeah.
Like an earlier conversation, maybe the single should have been called "Wipe Your Ass."
Yeah,
we won't go into that though.
There was a Gigi Allen record. I think it was "Eat My Fuck," and he threw random like condoms and random stuff in that album. But I don't have an old G of that. They're kind of hard to come by.
Oh man, there was something wrong with that dude.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 3 for 3. Doing really well.
I got a point, even though the Kleenex was a little too obvious.
Well, it was in there. I've never seen a record with that in there. Kleenex, I think that's like the brand name. We call them tissues.
Yeah, they are tissues. The brand name is Kleenex.
Right, gotcha. Like the English with their Hoovers and our vacuum cleaners.
Yeah.
This has been the hardest part about navigating the VC is everyone's terminology. So 3 for 3. We are up to number 4. What is the best performance on a non-traditional rock instrument in a rock song?
Well, it's not on this album, but it's the bagpipes in that. Man, what's the name of that song? Something only
The Long Way to the Top.
Yeah, it's a long way to the top, man. The bagpipes in that puts that song over the top, as far as I'm concerned.
Beautiful. It's a long way to the shop if you want a coffee scroll.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a classic schoolyard lyric, that one. Did well. That one I figured was kind of like the banana question with Brian. He got off easy because he was the first one to get asked that question, and it's got more and more difficult for people's seats. So I think he got off lightly because that was one that come to my mind. Yeah. I can't wait till I get down the track and people really got to stretch their mind. So 4 for 4. All right, this one I'm looking forward to because from watching your channel, you have been to your fair share of gigs and seen some pretty classic bands. So Tell us a story of the most unusual or funny thing that has happened at a gig you've attended, or maybe you've played one. I don't know. Have you ever played in a band?
I played maybe, I think it was 3 gigs. And probably the most unusual thing that happened is somebody punched me and I got a black eye. But
Were you that bad?
no, we were really good, man. But it wasn't for me. I actually at the time I had a good paying job in aerospace,
Mm.
and I wasn't about to go touring around. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wasn't the person for the. Although I think I was a pretty good front man. But anyway, the funniest thing, but I've told this story so many times, is somebody asked me for an autograph because they thought I was John Doe. And I told him, nah, I'm not John Doe. And then he goes, oh, I understand. I go, oh, no, I don't think you do. And finally, I gave him a John Doe autograph and off he went. And what's really funny, I don't know if you know Blockhead, the
Yeah,
young guy. You should do him.
yeah, yeah.
He saw X and he met John Doe, and he had John Doe give him a vinyl Richie autograph, which I thought was pretty hilarious.
Oh, full circle. I love it.
Yeah.
That is excellent. What a champ. Love Blockhead. I have been in contact with him, so
Yeah, he's a
down
good
the
guy.
down the
He's
track. He
the
shows
the
some
vinyl
good.
community will be in good hands when I'm dead and gone.
Yeah. I also reckon he's like the heir apparent to Garner Harris with the Garage Rock 7-inch singles.
Yeah, he's been getting into that.
Yeah. Yeah. He'd only be about 20, wouldn't he?
He
He's pretty
looks,
young.
yeah, he looks 20. I would say at the most, you know.
Yeah. He's into the good stuff at a young age. I didn't know
Yeah,
my
he
arm
is
from my elbow back then.
completely different than what my kids are into, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
Awesome. Well, just because you need to know, you're getting a point for that. Because I had heard that story, but I hadn't heard the where
Yeah.
it come around full circle.
Yeah, I
Great.
was gonna tell another story, but I think the full circle kind of answered the question good
Ah,
enough.
it's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. All right, number 6. What is the worst record, and you know it, you own, but you won't get rid of, and why? No sob stories.
Well, I got this one here. It's the Surf MCs, and it's pretty bad. It's really not that bad though. It's kind of like Run DMC, white guys doing Run DMC, but it was VCLT, so that's kind of a sob story.
I would say
So,
so. You're not earning your point just yet.
so I'm gonna go with this one here. Wrong. Now everybody says I'm supposed to like this, and I just don't, man. I don't know if it's a grower or not, but I'm too old for growers, so I'm gonna just say this is the one, man. It's a turd. And
Is
if
that
that's
no?
not good enough, we're gonna go with this Village People album, man.
Oh wow! Oh, this is when they changed their look.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
actually not bad, and it has a couple of good songs on here. Big Mac and Food Fight. It's like their attempt at punk rock. It's pretty. It's pretty.
Um, I am sure I might have dreamed this up. I am sure you have shown a Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch 12-inch once.
Yes, I did. Yes.
Yes. Okay. That was the one I was expecting, but I think you took it over the
The
line with
Surf
that.
MCs, I think, are worse than the Marky Mark.
Yeah, yeah.
They take it to another level.
I did like. There can't be too many people who own that Next Village People record either.
Yeah, yeah.
Where they thought, nah, we don't need the police uniform and the biker and all that anymore.
Yeah.
I like it. 6 points from 6 questions.
Wow, we're on a roll.
We're doing well. All right. This is where we get into territory which you're unprepared for.
Okay.
What band or artist do you love to hate? Obviously, for me, it's Van Morrison. and I can't believe how much I've been talking about this bastard on my channel lately.
Man, who do I love to hate?
It's like you too. I hate them, but I'm glad they exist so I can hate them.
You know, I don't like YouTube. And it's not the music; it's the guys in the band. They're kind of wank. They come off as wankers, you know. But
Big,
I don't know.
I
God,
don't know.
I'm gonna go with YouTube. What the hell?
Excellent. I've actually, because people are like, nah, you got to listen to the stuff before the Joshua Tree and all that, and it's all new wave. And I listened to it, and it just like I know it's not all about technical skill in that, but there's like it just sounds amateurish and shit.
Well,
And yeah,
I've seen YouTube twice. I saw
mm,
them when they were touring for the album War, and then I saw them like about 2012. And I'll tell you, they were 100 times better on the 2012 tour than they were back in the early 80s.
mm,
But as a drummer, you must admit he's mediocre at best. And I don't even know if the bass player is all that good. Their rhythm section is not really great. So yeah, they're the band I love to hate.
yeah. And Edge has been living off effects pedals most of his life too.
Which is okay. I don't have a problem with that.
But yeah, I'll tell you a quick
But
story
but
about that.
he needs to embrace his baldness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
Just
That's another
every,
strike against him.
yeah,
Yeah.
everybody knows. Like just as a bald man,
Yeah.
there should be this like law where I can call out other bald guys. It's like you're not getting away with it, mate. I'll just tell you a quick story about them. A friend of mine is a photographer for a local newspaper, and so he goes to all different shows, and he went to the last U2 show to do the photography, and they're like, at this you get, in the second or third song or whatever it is, they got all these stipulations. Be in this spot, and Bono and the Edge will be here. And he said it was like literally like 1 minute 25 seconds into the song, and he said they were bang on that spot. And the bit I found funny about it, because it's just so set up, is when he took the photos, it was meant to look like this, ad lib, look at us be badasses, and they like play to each other, and then Bono like went like this to the camera, and it was just completely set up.
It's all big pose, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
All right,
That
six
is
for
funny.
six, because you named a band I love to hate, so you instantly get points for
I think
that.
that's 7.
You are good.
Yeah.
You always say on your ranking videos you don't need to have anything in front of you because you can count in your head. Where I always fall apart and forget when, especially if
Yeah.
there's like 20 or more, I have to remember. You are about the points. I can feel this competition in you. Number 8. What's the first one that comes to mind when I say, "What's your favorite movie?"
I have 2. Casablanca and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and Clockwork Orange. But of the 3, it's Clockwork Orange. So yeah.
Ah,
Those are
okay.
my 3 though. But Clockwork Orange is number 1.
They are 3 killer films. I hadn't seen it for years. I recently watched Casablanca. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it is. Me and my wife saw, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 years ago at the Chinese theater, and seeing it with other people, it,
Mm.
it's it's really, because there other people are laughing at certain parts. It was a pretty cool.
Yeah, that's great. Like
Yeah.
you don't often get to see those older movies in that kind of
Yeah.
environment. We do have a cinema here in Paran. Of course, it's escaping me at the moment, but it kind of plays like they say that they have a year-round film festival. So you get a lot of those old movies, which is great, and and I get a new print of it. So it's pretty cool. Like nowhere else in Melbourne does that really. But I'm not a film channel, so I'm sure someone will get into me about that and say, no, it's here, here, and here.
Yeah.
8 for 8.
In LA, there's a movie theater. It's called the Silent Movie Theater, and
Hmm.
I kind of well, let's go check it out. And man, it was such a great experience. These silent movies and the organ players in the house, and
Cool.
it was amazing how enjoyable it is.
That sounds great. Well, that was the way they were made to be watched.
Yeah.
All right, number 9. Show
No.
any
Number
records you
9.
like. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Show any record you like.
Well, luckily I have a couple
Always
here.
okay, your answer.
How about this one? Let me take it out. Because I didn't know what questions you were going to ask, so I didn't know what to pull. But I got this Saints 12-inch. And it's
Oh,
the perfect day backed with lies.
nice. A 12-inch.
Yeah, and it says, due to administrative error, this limited 12-inch pressing of the Saints, this perfect day single contains a third additional title not available on the normal 7-inch. Yeah, I don't know.
Is that like come out around at the time? I
Yeah, I
haven't seen
believe so.
12-inch. Yeah, I've got the 7-inch of This Perfect Day, and it's got lies on the B side. But yeah, not the 12-inch. Definite points for the Saints. Probably one of my favorite.
I kind of figured I'd get points for them, so I go,
Yeah.
let me just have these here at the weight, if they're ready.
All right. Number 10. This isn't a question. This is more of a scenario. So first of all, think about it like this. What would you say is like your favorite genre of music? What would you go to more times than anything else?
Punk,
Okay.
followed by psych, but
All right. You just got to pick one.
okay. Currently, I'm listening to a lot of psych, but throughout my life, it's been punk.
Okay. Let's say punk.
Yeah, we're gonna go with punk.
All right. So, and on the flip side, what do you reckon would be your least favorite genre?
Americana.
Geez, the
Take
previous
that,
bloke's
Sam.
not gonna like that.
Take that, Sam.
Okay, with that in mind, if you had the choice of only listening to 2 records for the rest of your life, and no, you don't have to listen to them every day, one of them has to be the best, in your opinion, of the genre that you don't like, and the other has to be the worst of the genre that you do like. So the worst punk record and the best Americana record. What do
Well,
you choose?
I'll go with this one. Wrong by no means no.
That worked out perfectly.
Yeah, and the Americana. Oh, fuck, I don't know. Uh, I don't even know what really Americana is. I'll go with anything by that Belinda Carlisle, or what's her name? No, I I don't get a point, I guess.
The Go-Go's, you definitely don't get a point. Oh, I can't. I hope Sam watches this and hears you call Belinda Carlisle Americana.
I met that other Carlisle. There's another Carlisle lady out there. She did an album with Elvis Costello recently.
Not his wife. No, she's Jazz, isn't she?
Yeah.
Diana Krall's his wife.
Yeah, it's not her. No, it's a Carlisle gal.
Okay.
But anyways, is that Hotel Foxtrot, Yankee Doodle Foxtrot? Is that Americana?
Yankee Doodle. Yeah, they were considered Americana when they started Wilco, but you've just totally fucked up this question, so you get nothing.
Okay, that's fine. I'll live.
I'm sure you'll make it through the rest of your day.
No, I'm not so sure if you're gonna ask geography questions. Another reason for me not to like Americana, man, they screwed me out of a point.
All right, question 11. Explain the lack of popularity for the harmonica in modern music.
I would say I would place the blame of that strictly on Bob Dylan, man. You listen to his fucking early albums, and that harmonica is like ear piercingly horrible. And I blame him.
I'd have to agree. Totally agree. That yeah, it's kind of like just stop for five. Because I like when he's really young before he gets a bit whiny in his voice and he's a bit husky. I like his
Yeah.
voice then, but then the harmonica just makes your fillings fall out.
Oh, gee, man, it's horrible.
All right, that's a definite point. So you're on 10 out of 11 at the moment.
That's cool.
Now this one, I've been hanging out to ask you. So, in your best vinyl Richie voice, say, "Hello, everybody."
All right, I got to get off camera. Hello, everybody. It's Vinyl Rich here.
The original and the best. Excellent work. And a bit of camera work too.
I usually have to prepare myself for that, but
have you seen the other two's attempts?
Oh yeah.
All right.
I enjoyed both of them.
Brian nearly nailed the voice, and then Fitz, like he had your
the other guy had the hand movements and
was great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you've got 11 out of 12 of the regular questions, and as you know, there's a bonus question coming your way. Now, sorry if you've studied up your geography of Australia, but I've changed tact here.
I'm glad I didn't then.
I believe you like your sport.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Here's your question. Tell me what sport you'd be watching if you were watching the Ashes.
Ooh. I'm going to say... I have no idea, but I'm going to just say rugby.
Oh, I think you are technically right, actually. I'm from the wrong state to answer that because rugby's like mainly New South Wales and Queensland. But I think in the World Cup they've named it after the sport which is old, probably about the same age. Cricket is the sport I'm talking about. I was
going to say cricket, you know? And I was going to say one or the other.
It's between England and Australia. Even though other countries play Test cricket, it's always against England. It's called the Ashes, and I think you might have got me there. I think there might be some kind of Ashes of rugby, but yeah, it's biannually between England and Australia. It actually originated in a satirical obituary published in a British newspaper immediately after Australia's 1882 victory at the Oval. It was the first Australian Test win over in England back then. And it stated that English cricket had died and that the body will be cremated and the ashes taken to Australia.
Yeah, I knew that. That's why I said cricket.
So,
I mean, rugby.
I'm just talking amongst yourself. I'm going to Google that right now because I reckon you've got me here with the rugby. Men's Rugby League Ashes. The Ashes series, similar to cricket series of the same name, is a best of 3 series test between Australia and England. Gonna have to give you a point, mate.
Man, that was a good one.
You outsmarted me.
Now I got a question for you.
Don't feel special.
Is that all the questions?
That's 13. You've got 12 out of 13.
The champ.
You stuffed up the Belinda Carlisle
Americana. Americana screwed me one more time.
But you turned it around with an unlikely call on rugby. Nice.
Yeah, I did. That was what we call a Hail Mary in football.
Football's your main sport, is it, that you like?
And baseball.
Baseball.
I follow the LA Dodgers and the New York Jets.
Cool.
Those are my 2 teams.
I always find it amusing how it's called the World Series and America plays itself.
It's because they're the best in the world.
I noticed you're getting a lot of Japanese players, though. My wife's
Japanese. Man, yeah.
Yeah. My wife's Japanese, and we go there every year, and we try and go to the baseball if we're there during the season. Go every year. Hanshin Tigers, that's my side.
Yeah. Last summer we went to a Dodger game. In fact, our kids got it. Me and my wife tickets for I think it was Mother's and Father's Day, and there are a lot more Japanese there than in past years. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, yeah.
Otani, man, is blown up.
Because was Ichiro was the most famous one for quite a while.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. All right. Well, we can talk
I got a
about
question
baseball.
for you, though.
Oh, geez, I asked the questions, mate. Bloody hell.
Okay. This band here, Haas,
Hoss, yep.
are they
Yeah.
named after the character on Bonanza?
I believe so,
Oh,
actually.
okay. I've always wondered that.
Boss Hoss, yeah.
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 All
No,
right.
they're like, that's Joel Silbersher, who was in God before that.
Yeah, I have that
Yeah.
album too. The one where they're all sitting around eating or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's
For
the
Lovers
Gatefold.
Only.
Yeah,
I think
that's a
it's
good
called
album.
Yeah. Well, just if they had to just release a track, My Pal, they could stand on that alone. That's a killer.
Yeah.
All right, we'll
Well,
wrap that
one
up.
point for you. You got that one right.
Thank you very much. I'm gonna have to put myself on the ladder, but you are currently sitting top of the leaderboard as we speak right now.
That's good, man. If it only wasn't for Americana. Oh
I
well.
know.
I should have
All
came up
right.
with Wilco, but I just totally went blank.
What did you call that? Yankee Doodle Foxtrot.
Yankee Doodle Foxtrot or whatever. I don't
Forever
know.
known as that from now on.
Yeah.
I'll leave Vinyl Richie's details below so you can link to his channel. You probably already subbed to him. He's been around for a while, but good fella. Killed it in the quiz. And I'll see you in the next one.